Welcome back to Yogaxpress, your virtual stretch clinic that helps you move the body to still the mind. My name is Banu Suresh. I'm your host for this program. Today's episode has been made possible by Manhattan Neighborhood Network, which is where we tape these episodes, and thanks to Josiane Hurd, our director, this episode goes on air today. Thanks also to Richard Swanson for the studio lights, the setups, and the sound system. Cesar De Para is responsible for the body music, which should come on in just a few minutes. Right now, you hear the first track from Sapta Tandavam. Yogaxpress airs Monday through Friday on Time Warner 57, RCN 84, and FiOS 35 at 1:30 in the afternoons. 1:30 Monday through Friday. Every Thursday, we compete for airtime with Ron Thomas to my immediate right. Ron has a live show that goes on. It's called Big Talk every Thursday on Time Warner 56.
Yes.
And Ron has been promising his fans to have me come on his show because they want to know why Ron has not been on our show for a while. Ron, you've been away for a while. I know you came back in the last couple of episodes, but where have you been all these days?
I've been working different assignments I've had.
Different projects, yeah. But you've also been taping your show. I mean, yours is live, right? Okay. And what
that doesn't conflict with this, actually.
It doesn't conflict with us. No, it doesn't really, because it's 1:30 to 2:30 every Thursday. 1 to 2 every Thursday.
We're on at the same time, but you taped it differently.
And you're live. You're live.
I'm live.
So watch Ron every Thursday. Take part in Ron's show 1 to 2, and on Thursdays you can tape our show. It's only a half hour. So
and every day watch Yogaxpress.
Yeah, because Ron's going to be on there too. Ron, all your fans want to know when we are coming on, so let us know. Just say the word and we'll be there on your show as well. So, Ron, here's what we're going to do. The last 3 episodes, we had a personal trainer, Rodan. You've seen him yesterday in the last episode as well, previous episode. We are trying to go through all the postures in our 48 plus sequence. So we've covered, and as you remember, we did the folding posture in the last episode. So today we're going to do the boat posture. And the way you're seated is fine. Keep your legs extended. Both legs are extended out. Flex your feet. And then engage your low back. Basically, you engage your whole fulcrum. Now that Radan is not here, I'm taking over, so I'm using all these muscle terms like lower abdominal muscle, but I don't know the technical terms. I'm just going to say lower abdomen, low back, which I think you're comfortable with that too, right?
I know that.
You're fine. So keep your feet flexed. So that way you get a wonderful stretch in the back of your legs. And Ron, you might want to keep your leg, because there's just 2 of us here today. You can face the front right of the mat. So that way people can get 2 different angles. And also we don't hit each other. Now engage your lower abdominal muscles. Basically strengthen them. Tighten them. Keep your arms. Inhale your arms up to shoulder height. Palms facing in. Keep inhaling and raise your legs, which means you'll be leaning back just a little bit. It's a bit of a balance. Inhale and lift. Now what Ron and I are doing, we are engaging our low back and our low abdominal muscles. Exhale and release. We're also using our quad muscles, the front of our upper thighs, just a little bit. But some of you may have very strong quads. Resist the temptation to use just the quads. Use your low abdominal muscles. Now, for a bit of a pelvic stretch, bring the soles of both your feet together. And Ron, I know you have a tender right knee, so you may want to sit on a block if you're more comfortable. Do you want to?
I can do it.
You can, you're fine. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Bring the soles of both your feet together, clasp your feet, and then push your knees down. Once you have both your feet between your palms, you can bring your heels closer to the groin area. That'll help bring the knees down. For those of you who feel your knees are a little tight today, feel free to sit on something that'll give you a little more height so your buttock comes up, which means your knees go down. Now, if your knees are down and if you're comfortable holding the soles, if you're holding your feet together, exhale and fold from the hip. The aim is to try and touch your forehead to your toes. If that doesn't happen today, that's okay. It will happen eventually. And if your knees keep coming up, you want to push them down with your elbows. You get a wonderful spinal stretch in this posture. You also get a beautiful adductor muscle stretch, the inside of your upper thighs. And you should feel a wonderful compacting of your outside of your thighs too, Ron. Do you feel that? The outside of the thighs too.
I feel a stretch in my inside.
You feel the stretch on the inside, and then you feel the compacting, the tightening, the strengthening of the outside of the thighs. Inhale, let's come up. And then we're going to come in a seated squat. So we're going to come up. It's going to be a little bit of pressure on your ankles for those of you who are not used to squats. Bring your heels a little closer.
Now I need that brick.
Now you can use the brick. That's right. If you want to take some of the pressure off of your ankles, you can sit on the brick. You still will feel the stretch on the side of your thighs. For those of you who are in a seated squat, the way I'm sitting, press your palms in and push your knees out to the side with your elbows. And then bring your chin up, open up your chest, and hold. Now you want to keep your feet flat on the floor, Ron. That's it, yeah. And then you can bring your knees out, but keep your feet flat. That's fine, that's a good adaptation. That's what you want to do. Hold it and don't forget to breathe. Now when you feel nice and centered, bring your legs out, and in this one you may want to get off of the brick. Keep your legs extended out in front of you, flex your feet, and then we're going to get a little bit of a twist for the sides of the waist. So your obliques get a little bit of a stretch on one side and a compacting on the other, and then it reverses. So keep your feet flexed, both hands on your left side. Now, the tighter you feel today, the further your hands are from your hips. The closer you keep your hands to your hips, the deeper the stretch. Exhale and dip. Now keep your feet where they are. Do not take your feet with you. Inhale. Let's come up and let's twist to the other side. Both hands on the right side. Exhale and dip. Inhale. Let's come up and let's come on our belly. So we're going to come in prone position. Ron, we're going to do it with our heads to the camera. So let's lie on our belly with our legs outstretched behind us. Palms directly below the shoulders. Your toes are curled in. Chin to the ground. Now here's what you're going to do. You're going to tighten your low back muscles, tighten your gluteals, which are your buttock muscles, and then very gently, you're going to push your toes. You're going to glide your knees closer to your chest, which means you have to raise your buttocks to do that. So engage your low back and very gently push with your toes, glide your knees closer to your chest. So lift your buttocks off. Keep your chin on the floor. Keep your palms on the floor and keep breathing. Don't forget to breathe. Very gently, let's extend the legs out, and then press with your palms, press with the tops of your feet. Inhale, and let's come up. Engage your low back muscles. This is your favorite, Ron. I've seen you do this really well. You want to uncurl your toes. Keep your feet flat on the ground. So keep your feet down so you can press with your feet, and then test your low back by taking your palms off. Exhale, palms back on the floor, and then you want to make a little fist. While we're in this position, make a little fist with your palms. Tuck your thumbs into your palms, wrap your fingers over your thumb, and then tuck your fist in the groin area so you don't shake, so you don't hurt yourself. And then once you're nice and comfortable, keep your chin on the floor. Inhale, engage your low back muscles and raise your knees. Lift your knees off of the floor. Now you don't have to go all the way up. You can just go up a couple of inches off of the floor. Exhale and release. Extend your hands out, arms out in front of you. This is a wonderful stretch. The next stretch is really wonderful for strengthening the low back, strengthening the whole back actually, but especially the low back. Palms are facing each other. Don't go to sleep on me, Ron. You look very comfortable. That's good. Ron is getting a full body stretch right here. Right? We're going to engage our low back muscles. Tighten your buttock muscles. Keep your chin on the floor. Inhale. Lift your arms and your legs up as high as you can. Very nice. And hold. Hold your posture, not your breath. Very gently lower the arms and the legs. And then what we're going to do is reach out. Left hand reaches for the left ankle. Right arm reaches out for the right ankle.
I don't have the flexibility in this other knee.
Right, and also that knee is tender. So you can do one knee at a time. That's a good adaptation. For those of you who have injured your knee at some point, you may want to do one knee at a time. Chin is on the floor if you're doing both ankles at the same time, as I am. Keep your chin down, engage your low back, strengthen your buttock muscles and your low back. Inhale, lift your knees, chin and chest. Now you can hold it as long as you want, is fine. Keep your low back engaged. Exhale and release. Want to bring your palms down below your shoulders and then curl your toes in, lift yourself off of the floor. We're going to bring our knees a little closer and then lower the elbows down. This is called the frog posture, Mandukasana. And it looks very simple, but the active part of this posture is actually the breathing. So what you want to do is raise your buttocks as high as you can, curl your toes in, elbows are on the floor, clasp your palms together, and then engage your low abdominal muscles in 3 full breaths. So take a deep breath in through the belly. Exhale through the belly. Inhale once more. Exhale. Inhale through the belly. Exhale. And then we're going to go on our back. We have one more, the plank position. Come up on your hands and knees, arms, hands are directly below the shoulders, and then curl your toes in. Take your knees off of the floor in plank position. This posture, especially this posture, needs a lot of arm strength, so you want to be very careful that you engage your low back. You don't want to go too high, you don't want to dip your hip too low. You could hurt your back in both of those adaptations. So you want to stay right there. Then bring your knees down. Let's come down in supine position. Ron, we're going to have our heads to the camera, come down on our back. And for those of you at home who are stretching with us, this is a good time to engage your abdominal muscles because you're going to do a few leg lifts in this position. This is a supine position. Extend your legs out in front of you. Place your palms under your buttocks to give you that extra leverage. Keep your head down. Engage your low abdominal muscles. Inhale and lift your legs off of the floor. You want to try and keep your feet flat so the soles of your feet are facing the ceiling. And then if you want, you can disengage your hands. You can take your arms out. And then when you're ready, we're going to take our legs. Let me look at my little cheat sheet. I think it's a plow position going all the way. Okay, Ron, are you ready?
Yes.
When you're ready, inhale and lift. Take your buttocks off of the floor. And if you do not want to go all the way over today, you can also go in shoulder stand. You could take your legs all the way up in shoulder stand and then wiggle your shoulders closer to each other. Or you could try and go all the way over. And if your toes touch the floor on the other side, it's wonderful. This is a beautiful stretch for the spinal extensors, the hamstrings, the whole back of the body. Plus, it's great activation for the thyroid glands. Exhale and release. Keep your hands under your buttocks. Support yourself very gently. Lower your buttocks to the floor. Keep your head on the floor. Do not lift your head off. Let's raise that and don't bring your feet all the way down. You want to bring the hands on the soles of your feet and then push your knees down. This is called Happy Baby, and I think I need to give you more room, Ron, because we're going to do a little bit of a sacral massage. So right there in Happy Baby, you can move from side to side. Gives a good massage for the sacrum. The sacrum is a point, Ron, where the spine actually divides into the sciatic nerves and goes down the back of the body. So it's really like a second brain. You've heard of the not T-Rex, what is that? Brachiosaurus, the dinosaur called Brachiosaurus? That creature is so long, it has two brains, one in its head, one in its butt. That's basically the sacral area which sends messages, because it's that creature is too long for the brain to get directions just from the head. So it has another brain in its butt.
Anti-roads.
What's that? And I don't know, T-Rex too? I know the Brachiosaurus is supposed to have that. Yeah. All right, Happy Baby. Now, very gently.
I think we have something like that too.
You do. Very gently lower your legs down. Keep your legs nice and straight and lower them down. Palms are back under the buttocks. So palms are flat under the buttocks. So press your palms down with your butt. And then keep your elbows below your upper back. Keep your feet flexed. Inhale, lift, peel your chest off of the ground and tilt your head back. So basically your upper body is resting on your elbows. This is called the fish posture, and it actually looks wonderful. It's a good chest opener. Exhale and release. Very gently bring your heels close to your buttocks. I take my fancy glasses off. I better not forget that I have them. Bring your heels close. Make sure your knees are very close to each other, because you get more of a workout on the thighs if your knees are close. And then we're going to inhale and lift the buttocks off of the floor. Place your hands under your butt to hold yourself up. Inhale and lift. So I'm going to place my hands under and rest my hands on my elbows. So basically my whole lower body is resting on my elbows. Exhale and release very gently. Lower your butt down. Extend your right leg out. And then keep your left leg folded in. Place your right hand over your left knee and push your left knee over to the right side. Upper body turns left. So your whole body gets a wonderful S twist. So this is a twist that Radhan and we all were discussing in the last episode, Ron. The spine moves in different directions. So you want to turn to look left. Very nice. Inhale. Let's come back to the center. Extend the left leg out. Fold the right knee in. And right hand, you can either extend it depending on how much space you have in your studio or your home, or you can fold the right hand, place your right hand on your hip. Push the right knee over to the left and turn to look right. Inhale, come back to the center and tuck both your knees into your chest. How are we doing for time? Stay there, Ron. I don't have my glasses. I think we're doing well. We've got 10 minutes. Inhale. 8 minutes? Okay. Tuck your knees into your chest and then wrap your hands over your knees. Then give yourself a nice little semicircular massage. So you just want to move a little bit to the left and to the right. And then if you just release your hands a little bit, place your hands on your knees, you can give yourself a semicircular massage. So you can just move in little half circles. So that gives a nice sacral massage, which actually refreshes the whole spine, above and below the sacral area. It feels good, refreshes the whole body. Then let's come and sit up. We're going to sit up, and we're going to take you through some breathing techniques since we have the luxury of a little bit of time today. Ron, you came 2 episodes ago, and I think we sort of threw you right into the standing and the balanced postures.
Yes.
So you want to sit on yours. Maybe you want to sit on a brick. For those of you who want to practice a little breathing with us, we just want to let you know that some of the most effective breathing techniques are the ones that clear both nostrils. There are some postures that are great for relieving and preventing constipation. We'll take you through some basic, simple breathing techniques. So this is a good time. You want to sit in any comfortable position that will allow you to stay there for about 4 to 5 minutes. Before your practice, you should really do some breathing, but the temptation is always there to do the physical part first. So we're going to take you through some basic breathing. One is called Anulom Vilom, which is alternate nostril breathing. So Ron, are you sitting on a brick?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, that'll help when you sit on something that brings you up. It raises your torso, gives you more room to inhale, enhance your lung power. So here's what you do. Fold your 3 middle fingers in. Your thumb is on the right nostril, and the little finger right now is going to be open. But then when you move, alternately, you're going to place your little finger on the left nostril. So let's keep the little finger off. Right now, we're going to inhale through the left nostril. Close your eyes if you want to. Inhale. Hold. Place your little finger on the left nostril, release the right one, and exhale. Let's try that on the other side. Inhale through the right. Place your thumb on the right nostril and hold. Exhale through the left. Release the little one. Let's try that one more time. Inhale through the left. Hold. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Hold. Exhale through the left. That's 2 rounds of alternate nostril breathing. So when you inhale through each nostril, you inhale through the left nostril, you energize the right side of the brain, which is the artistic side, I believe. You inhale through the left nostril, you energize the left side, through the right nostril, you energize the left side of the brain. Basically, it just means you're opening up your channels to receive fresh oxygen, you're clearing your paths, and if you have a blocked nose today, it's definitely going to clear your sinuses. So it's always a good idea to breathe and take deep inhales and exhales. And if you do not have any asthma issues, thank you, Josie. And if you don't have any breathing issues or any pulmonary disorders or asthma issues, you may want to do the holding. Keep the holding times a little longer each time. But if you do have any issues about holding your breath or you suffer from asthma, do not hold your breath. So holding your breath when you do suffer from asthma could be fatal. So you want to be very
I
careful.
think that hot sauce you gave me opened me up a little bit.
The hot sauce definitely opened up your sinuses, yes. You can do it either through hot sauce, you can do it through downward dog, or you can do it through the breathing. That's true. Hot sauce is good for winter times, opens up your arteries too. Now,
I feel it.
That also makes you sweat. A couple of different breathing techniques that we'd like to share with you today. The other one, which is very, very crucial to use even when you're getting in and out of your postures, is called Ujjayi breathing. Ujjayi means ocean breath. Actually, it's translated as ocean. Ujjayi simply means victorious. You know, when you have little kids who come up to you and say, Ron, today I fought with this little kid, they have this whispering breath in the back of their throat. That's basically Ujjayi breath, except that they don't know that they're using Ujjayi breath. But we are going to ask our viewers to use the Ujjayi breath consciously, and that's actually very good for detoxing. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a deep inhale through the back of the throat. The air is still going through the nostrils, but your mouth is closed, so you are not consciously pulling the air in through the nostrils. It's going in. You're sucking it in through the back of the throat. So let's try that together, Ron. Take a deep breath in. Hold. And then exhale through the back of your throat. We'll do it one more time. This time, let's hold it to a count. Let's count, let's say, to 4. Hold it for 2, and then exhale for 8. Exhale should always be longer than inhale. That's what de-stresses us. So let's try that. Inhale to 4, hold to 2, exhale to 8. Try that one more time. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. So you get the gist of this kind of breathing. The idea is to hold for less time, take deep breaths in, and exhale for a much longer time. That helps you not only detox, helps you relax. 2 more breathing techniques while we have a couple of minutes. One of them is actually called Bhastrika. Bhastrika means bellows, and it's abdominal breathing. It's about abdominal control. So even as I'm talking to you, my belly is going in and out. Of course, my voice sounds funny, but the idea is to control your abdominal muscles. So let's try that. We're sitting on our heels, palms are facing down. We'll inhale and exhale with force through the belly. Let's try that. Inhales and exhales are called strokes, and as you get more practice and you get better, they're called strokes, like the engine strokes. You know, the coal engines, well, it was way before your time, but when I was a kid, we still had coal engines in India, and every time the train took off, it was chugging away, so you could see the smoke.
Oh,
and every
I saw
time
that in the movies.
you see them in the movies. I saw them in real life. So basically, it's like feeding yourself with that oxygen, which is our coal, and then you keep moving. You use the abdominal muscles to control the intake of coal and the breathing. You saw that in the movies. I love that, Ron. I love that. When I was young, we used to travel by train a lot, so I actually saw those. So those are strokes. One last breathing technique while we are closing, while the credits are on. I'd like to thank Josian Hurd, our director. Radan Stern is not here with us today, but I think with his tips, we've learned a lot. And we've learned also how to focus on the different muscle groups. So one last breathing technique, it's called Kapalbhati or shining skull. Place your palms, sit on your heels, the way I'm doing today. Place your palms on your thighs. We're just going to exhale briskly. Inhale happens. We're just going to force the exhales to what we call strokes. So in the beginning, it's going to be slow, and then we try to pick up speed. You can do 30 strokes a minute. If you can do that, that's really effective. Let's try that. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. So very slow. I think we're doing really well. We've taught you about 4 breathing techniques. If you practice these breathing techniques, you can get a high just on breathing. Josiane, thank you so much for seeing us through this episode. These episodes are taped in the studios of Manhattan Neighborhood Network. On behalf of Radan Stern, who's not here today, but was with us in the last 3 episodes, and on behalf of Ron Thomas, this is Banu Suresh signing off. You are watching Yogaxpress. Stay with us. Keep stretching. That's right, Ron. Keep stretching. It makes you feel happy. You must do whatever makes you feel happy. So if you can move, you can stretch. Keep breathing. That's a good tip, actually. Sometimes we do forget. Josiane, we're wrapping up a little early today, so thank you so much.